Hello, my name is Ilona. In this video, I just want to take a look at a few countries and their energies. So what's going on in that country energy-wise? I first of all want to take a look at Spain. Apparently there is a court case going on, or a judge asked for proof of an isolated, at least the sea isolated, which of course also happened in Canada, Alberta, if I'm not mistaken. There was also a court case which was lost because there is no proof it's not isolated. But apparently this, I think it's going to be the 6th of October. The judge wants to see proof, and otherwise the restrictions will be lifted in Spain. Well, we're just going to see and take a look at the energies of Spain and what's going on. So let's see. This is the card above, that's the Sun. The central card is the Six of Cups. Card in the past is the Three of Swords. Card underneath is the Seven of Wands. And the card in the future is the Ace of Wands, which is a very good card, first of all. Usually an ace also means some kind of yes, but this is just looking at energies. So in this case, when I look at the Sun, especially as an influence card, there's going to be a positive influence on Spain. It wouldn't surprise me at all that this court case apparently will have an effect. And the central card here is the Six of Cups. That's usually reminiscent of something in the past, or how do you say that, more connecting people, more connection. Something is given as well. So this could be an opportunity to, well, things, how do you say it, that speed up. So certain restrictions will be lifted. It's very possible that this court case will have a positive effect on that. Something that's handed over. So in that case, I view this as very positive. There is also this, that someone is fighting, responding to being attacked, but this person is standing on higher ground. So this person will win. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if this court case is really going on. There's not a lot to find because the normal media is not going to report on this. That this judge will be standing very strong, and most likely things hopefully will be lifted in Spain. Like I said, this is what I'm sensing, and this is what the energy are telling me. And if this court case doesn't work out, then something is changing in Spain, is in the energy. So people are standing up, people are fighting off all these attacks, and really they are in better ground. They are higher ground, so to speak. So they really can defend themselves, and it's also time to stand up for themselves. So I believe that things are changing in Spain. People are waking up, people are doing more, and it's very possible that this court case will help with that. I also see in the future of Spain the Ace of Wands, which is beautiful because this means like a complete new beginning, and especially energy wise, because the Wands then is the element fire. So it's usually about energy, about passion, about something that makes you enthusiastic. So the people of Spain are really opening up a new way of dealing with their energies, of handling their energy. So I think that the court case, most likely, if it's happening, will change a lot of things, and otherwise things are changing just for the better in Spain. This is the card in the past. There's a lot of pain in the past, a lot of old pain that hasn't been resolved. So I believe that people are starting to work through their pain. So they're starting to heal and starting to open up. So I do believe that things are going to change in Spain and things will get better. So I've got a pretty good feeling about Spain. Let's see. I also want to take a look at Portugal. What's going on in Portugal? See if things are changing there as well. Oh, this card wants to jump out. Let's see, that's the High Priestess. So I'm going to keep that one separate. Portugal. This is top Ace of Pentacles. This is the central card, that is the Queen of Pentacles. This is the card in the past, Seven of Swords. Card underneath is the Two of Wands. And the card of the future is the Eight of Swords. So I'm afraid that's not there. Things are changing, but still it's not going to look that good, and the future is still very restrictive. So in Portugal, it takes more time. There is more things going on in Portugal, like things happening, maybe even underground or energy. There is a lot of things we don't know that are going around in that area. So I do believe that it is connected to, of course, the black hats. A lot of black dark energy that needs to be cleared. Again, I have a feeling that there's still a lot going on there in Portugal. Things haven't cleared up completely yet. It's getting better because this is the influence on the central card, so it is getting better. The Ace of Pentacles is like a new start, a new beginning, but then a very concrete new beginning. In what I mean by that is that it will be physically beginning. This is for the element earth, so you will see things happening and you will see things changing around you if you live in Portugal. So you will start seeing things actually changing. I was just thinking, I think concrete means something completely different. In Dutch, concreet means something really is changing. So I think I've mixed that up. That's very suitable with concrete. Because in the English language, that you need to mix that up. So I've mixed that up. Sorry about that. How that happens when you try to speak English and sometimes something Dutch comes along. Anyway, the Ace of Pentacles, there's a change happening. So a real change. So you will see that. But right now, there is also this influence underneath. So I have a feeling that it's connected with the High Priest, that things are still going on there. It wouldn't surprise me if it's underneath going on. And so it's like there is still a lot of control from the black hats in that area. A lot of energy, probably very negative energy that needs to be cleared. This is like someone who's standing still has to make a choice. Although I do believe that the choice has been made, obviously, for the white hats, but they still need to clear up things further. There's still something going on there. That's my feeling. The Queen of Pentacles is also, that's the central card. It's also about, well, the Queen is very enjoying life. That's what the Queen of Pentacles is. So I believe that it's, the energy is returning of connecting with life again, connecting with the positive energy, with love and compassion. It's like changing the energy there. So from the negative to the positive. So that takes time. And I think in the future, Portugal will still be restricted in a way. But it's interesting because these are restrictions that are placed on when someone places restrictions on themselves. So maybe it is time for the people in Portugal to realize that they really are doing this all by themselves, and they can really stop doing this by just dropping all these bindings around them. Just take off the blindfold and just walk away. So that's interesting. But like I said, there are things that are not known. They're very secretive. So I have a feeling things need to be cleaned up in Portugal. There's still something going on there in some areas. So I now would like to take a look at Hungary. 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 Well, I think you understand which country I mean. So I'm just gonna take a look at that. Let's see what the energy is. This is the card above. That's the Queen of Wands. This is the central card. That's the Four of Pentacles. This is the card in the past. That's Justice. And let's see. The card underneath is the Ten of Swords. And this is the card of the future, Temperance. Well, this is interesting. So right now, things are still a bit heavy, like everything is, how do you say, people, not people, but maybe the energy is very tight, someone holding a grip. So in that way, that country still hasn't really released everything yet. So there's still this feeling of being almost smothered in a way, but really like holding tight. I'm sure it's not in every area in Hungary, but it's in parts that will feel very, how do you say this? Someone's holding them in like a chokehold. That's the feeling I get with it. So it's not free flowing yet, the energy in Hungary. So there's still a lot going on there. The feeling that still feels like Something is holding a grip, but it's ending. That grip is ending. Something really radical is going to happen there. It's almost like this is a card about, how do you say that, like ending something, a very conscious ending. It's like if you have this in a personal reading, it means you just have to make a decision and go for it. Just cut something off, cut someone off. So my feeling is that there is an influence now going on that will change. It will be like a radical change, and a new horizon, a new dawn is coming. So that's a very beautiful card, especially also with the Queen of Wands. So that's always connected with me to the White Hats. So there's something going on there as well. Things are going to change in Hungary. That's my feeling. And it will be connected with the White Hat. So right now it may still feel like this is still, how do you say that, very tense feeling. But the future Temperance is healing, is balance, restoring balance, restoring rest, restoring peace. So I have a feeling things are going to change in Hungary, and for the good. So there will be healing, there will be a sense of balance again, of rebalancing. So it could be feeling very tight right now, or very negative energy in certain parts, but that's going to change. And I have a feeling something radical might even happen there. And last, I'm going to take a look at Australia, because something's really interesting going on. People are resigning. We had Gladys Berejiklian, I hope I pronounced that correctly, in New South Wales, who resigned, and now John Barilaro, also in New South Wales, part as a politician in New South Wales. I believe he's the deputy, has resigned now as well. Is this the really the end? How do you say, the beginning of the end? Does this mean that the White Hats are getting control of that area? Because there's a lot going on. Like I mentioned in a video before, that a lot underneath Australia. The Black Hats wanted to they wanted to orchestrate like a disaster, so above earth, above the ground, so they would leave underground, and that would have happened in Australia. So a lot of things is happening underneath. I just want to take a look if this is a sign that the White Hats are gaining control and the Black Hats are losing. Let's see. This is the card above, that's the Star. This is the central card, that's the Three of Pentacles. This is the card in the past, Judgment. This is the card underneath, the Fool. And the card of the future, the Magician. Oh, this is interesting. I have 5 cards, and of the 5 cards, 4 cards are major arcana cards. There's just only the central card is a minor arcana card. So things are happening there, and they're very, very important, go very deep, and they're essential to happen, because the major arcana card really is something major is happening. This is the central card, so it looks like corporations. I feel like the White Hats are gaining control. They really are working together to help sort this thing out. The past has the Judgment card, so things happen there to, transform things. So they've really been working very hard there, above ground, but mostly underground, to clear things, to, get rid of certain energies, certain things that are going on down there. So that's a bit ironic, down under, down there, but a lot of things are going on there. So maybe it's not that ironic it's called Down Under, because a lot of things were going on down under there. So what I can see is the Star. The Star is that the influence, and underneath the Fool, and these are both very positive cards. So things are really changing in Australia, and I have a feeling that soon people will notice that the Star is really, it also stands for Aquarius, of course, the time that we've the age of Aquarius we've entered. So this is about following your own star, gaining your authority, and that's what's happening with Australia right now. And also the Fool is the card, of the new beginning. It's also the start of the journey. It has the 0 as like everything is open, spontaneous, loving life, which is very important. We really need to bring that back in Australia, that energy of enjoying life, trusting things will be all right, having this childlike wonder about the world. Right now, in a lot of parts in Australia, that's pretty much been squashed. But I believe that the people of Australia are very resilient and they're very strong in that way. They have that laid back energy, and that's going to be so useful now to take them through this period and gain back that really relaxed attitude and really loving life and just see what's going to happen. Because in the future, we have the magician. And this is really gaining control back of everything, manifesting. Like I've said before, everything is in front of the magician. He can do whatever he wants, he can manifest whatever he wants. And that's what Australia is heading towards, like really having the power to manifest what they want, what they really want, the people of Australia, not the dark black hat influence in deciding what they should want and what they should need. It's all in the hands of the Australian themselves to really follow their own path and start manifesting, starting being this powerful creator. So that's what they're heading at. So I'm feeling there's a lot going on in Australia, and I have a feeling that this is the beginning of the end of the influence of the dark forces. Of course, there was already a lot of white hats going on there, white hat influences, but now it's really turning and they really are taking out a lot of things. That's what it feels like. So I just want to leave it at that, and I hope to see you in another video. Bye.